What's going on, my pretty pandas? It's your Huggable Hipster here, and welcome to today's second review. I just said puberty over there. A picture can host a multitude of things: a time of year, a state of mind, a certain feeling, and even a certain emotion. Being trapped forever in hues of blues, reds, and greens that make up a piece of art that will resonate with those watching. But what if the painting could watch back? What if the art that you so loved turned against you with a feverish hate that only you could quell? Tears of Fear is a very trippy, psychedelic, psychological horror game that will have you second-guessing yourself and viewing the world from different angles. No, really. You literally are all topsy-turvy and upside down at one point in the game. In this game, your choices, much like real life, are finite. They're set in stone. You really can't do anything much about it once you make the choice in the game, which is kind of cool if you think about it. The uniqueness of the game is what I like. I like that it's a horror game based on unique scares, not just the typical jump scares that you can see coming a mile away. This game is different from anything I've ever really experienced in a sense that it relies on the player's choices. With each part that is completed, another piece of the painting is closer to being completed itself. The main character you play is unnamed, but is trying to complete his magnum opus, his masterpiece, and his reason for being. You as the player have to solve different puzzles and rely on clues that are given throughout the environment in order to finish his paintings. Or actually his main painting that he's working on, I should say. But this game goes so much deeper than just finishing a painting. In this game, it reminded me of the story of Dorian Gray, a man who wanted perfection. The character in this game, much like Dorian Gray, is a hedonist. Both characters show a moral duplicity to a sense in the fact that they all live very highly thought of lives of lavish lifestyles and fancy parties and paintings and "oh yes ma'am, let me get you your Chardonnay for you ma'am." The character in Layers of Fear kills himself mentally just to stay beautiful, to keep living this highly thought of life. And much like Dorian Gray, it's the same, where he would commit a murder in one day and then the same 24 hours be at a party living it up. Crime belongs exclusively to the lower orders. I should fancy that crime was to them what art is to us, simply a method of procuring extraordinary sensations. Dorian Gray, 1891. Throughout the game, we hear whispers of the main character's past, a haunting and self-deprecating past, if I do say so myself. We learn that he has a daughter who actually gets her own DLC, which is in direct correlation to the game. With all the psychedelic trips, you would think by the end of the game it would simmer down a little bit. No, honey boo boo, it ain't simmering down. Much like Dorian Gray, it was a bittersweet close to an unfinished thought. The main theme throughout this game is the concept of aestheticism, living the high life, going to parties, all while having this dark tumor residing in his soul. Again, also much like Dorian. So did I enjoy this game? I would absolutely say I did enjoy this game. I would definitely recommend it. If you enjoyed this review and if you actually played the game, let me know down in the comments below. I would love to have a discussion with you guys on it. If you guys enjoy a slow-paced horror game with jump scares that go along with the atmosphere, I would totally recommend it. And I would also recommend the book Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. It is one of my favorite stories ever, besides Alice in Wonderland, because Alice in Wonderland is actually my favorite childhood story of all time. Definitely the story of Dorian Gray. I would recommend it very highly. It goes very in-depth and it was written in 1891, but overall I think you guys might enjoy the story. It goes into the aestheticism and the psychology of a madman and how he wants perfection and how just incredibly narcissistic a person can be, to a point of where he will see the downfall of other people and he'll be okay with it just as long as he's beautiful, you know? So it's kind of like he's also a psychopath too, in a way, if you think about it. But yeah, it's a really interesting read. I read it when I was in high school, so I think you guys might enjoy it. But if you guys like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit the bell down below because I make videos every weekday. Stay casually nerdy, you guys, and I will talk to you all in tomorrow's video. Peace.